feel like that's the side of things that people don't talk about as much, because there is shame and there's guilt that comes with that, right? You're excited, and then on the other side of the coin, you're questioning, am I a bad mom for not wanting to see them? Like, no, I do want to see them. I just don't want to take care of them for once. And that's okay. Hello, we're back. I decided to scrap the idea of getting ready while I do this because A, I like to talk with my hands, clearly. But also B, I found that it was really hard to do and it was taking me way too long to get ready, and I didn't have enough things to talk about, and I don't want my videos to be 20 to 30 minutes long. I want them to be, 10 to 20 minutes long. So scratch that idea. We're just gonna start sitting at my desk and recording my thoughts in the morning every so often. So today I wanted to talk about something that's a little more specific to divorce, and specifically within that, divorces where you are the co-parent with the other parent. You don't have full custody, you have to share custody. Get to share custody, however you want to say it. So let's just start with a story that kind of led me into this. So the way my co-parenting schedule is, I get the kids every Monday, Tuesday, he gets them Wednesday, Thursday, and then we alternate weekends. And so what happens is you end up not having them for 5 days. So you go from a 5-day stretch of having them, I had them Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and now they are with their dad until Monday again. And so you have 5 days. And yesterday I was dropping them off at preschool, and it was Wednesday, and so it was his day to pick them up, meaning I would not see them again until Monday. Sometimes I do see them. We work stuff out to where we'll just like swing by and say hi, or we'll video call or whatever, but I don't get to spend quality time with them again until Monday. And so I'm dropping them off at preschool. And Wednesdays are always hard because I know that I don't pick them up, regardless of if I pick them up again on Friday or not. When I drop them off Wednesday, it's like this final, not final goodbye, but it's like a, I'll see you again soon, kids. Instead of see you tonight, it's daddy gets to see you tonight. And that's hard. It is hard. So I'm dropping them off and I'm giving them the hugs and the kisses goodbye. And I'm telling them, I love you. I cannot wait to see you again on Monday. I hope you have so much fun with your dad. The same type of stuff that I tell them every time I drop them off on Wednesdays. You're going to have a wonderful weekend. You're going to have so much fun. I can't wait for you to enjoy time with your dad. That kind of stuff. And I walk out of preschool and I'm just like that's the feeling. I can't even describe it because it's sadness, but it's also like there's a little bit of excitement there. And it's also just like, I feel like I have no direction, which is odd because you go from having 5 days with the kids. You have 5 days. And sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes the 5 days is a lot. And by the end of the 5 days, you're ready to send them to their dads. But sometimes those 5 days are wonderful and you have awesome conversations and good quality time, and you just thoroughly enjoy all of the time you get to spend with them. And then you don't get to see them again for 5 days. And so there's all these mixed emotions, and you get into the flow of the routine. You get into the flow of the routine of, at this time we wake up, and then I make breakfast for them, and then we get dressed, and then we XYZ. And then at night it's bath time, and then we brush our teeth and we take our vitamins and we go to bed and we read a book. And then when they're not here, you just don't do that. It's just a different routine. And so sometimes it feels like you're living a little bit of a double life, right? Like these 5 days, I'm mom, I'm mommy, like I am it. And then the next 5 days, I'm Taylor. I'm no longer mommy. I'm Tay. And so it's just kind of this weird, Wednesday's just a weird transition day. And I know I'm not alone in feeling these things. And so then on my way home, I'm thinking about all the things that I, have experienced, all the feelings and stuff that I've experienced throughout all of these drop-offs on Wednesdays. and the different roller coasters of emotions that come. And I just wanted to like talk about them because I feel like not enough people talk about these things. So sometimes you have your 5 days and everything is going really, really well. And you are having great quality time with them. And then you drop them off and you're super duper sad and you're just overwhelmed with sadness. And you're like, man, I just wish I had more time with my kids. I hate that I only get to see them 50% of the time, yada, yada, yada. And you're sad or you're angry. And that's normal. That's normal and that's okay. And then sometimes you drop them off after 5 days of chaos and craziness, and no one's listening, and the house is practically on fire. And by the end of the 5 days, you're ready to be done with them. You are ready to send them to dad's house. And you feel relief or excitement for your 5 days off. Or relief that you're not going to have to take care of the gremlins for 5 days. And that's okay too. I feel like that's the side of things that people don't talk about as much because there is shame and there's guilt that comes with that, right? You're excited. And then on the other side of the coin, you're questioning, am I a bad mom for not wanting to see them? Like, no, I do want to see them. I just don't want to take care of them for once. And that's okay. And sometimes I have to remind myself that in a two-parent home, right, you get micro breaks. So you're making dinner, the other parent comes home, the kids are just pulling on your pants, and the other parent steps in and takes them into the other room. That's a micro break. You now just get to make dinner, right? Yeah, the kids are still there and it's not a break, but it's a micro break. You are not 100% responsible for 100% of the things right now. Now you're 50% responsible for 100% of the things because your partner is now 50% responsible. In theory, it's not always that way in houses, but in theory. So you get micro breaks, and that helps take off that load of the chaos. That helps the chaotic flow of a week when things are just not going right. That helps you be able to handle it. Whereas when you're single mom in it and it's just you don't get micro breaks. I have to be there for them 100% of the time. I make 100% of the decisions. When they need me. And then I also still need to do all the other things. No one else is going to do them for me. And so you don't get micro breaks. And so by the end of those 5 days or 7 days or whatever your schedule is, it's okay to want a break. We all want breaks. It's okay. You don't have to feel shame and guilt over that. You're not a bad parent. You just want a break, and that's okay. So I don't feel like people talk about that enough. And there's also the joy, the like excitement of I get to be Taylor, right? Like these next 5 days, I get to be Tay. I get to go out to eat without worrying about silverware being thrown on the ground or worrying about bringing, coloring books if that restaurant doesn't have kids coloring activities. I don't have to worry about going to the grocery store and my kids pulling stuff off the aisle as we drive the cart down the aisle, right? I can just go to the grocery store on my time and I can walk through there and like actually assess the situation. I don't have to rush through the aisles and grab what I can and get out of there as soon as I can. Like I can just enjoy that. I can go get gas whenever I want to. I can just leave the house. When it's just me, I can just get up, put my coat on, and leave. It takes 2 seconds to leave the house. When they're here, man, it takes up to 10 minutes. We're late most of the time. And that's okay. It's okay to be excited about that. You're not a bad parent for being excited about that. Just like in a two-parent home, people take girls' nights and guys' nights and they go hang out with their friends and they're gone for 3 or 4 hours or more. The guy goes golfing and he's gone all day. Or maybe you're the girl and you go golfing. I don't know, but like we get breaks when you're in a two-parent home. And so it's okay to be excited for your breaks as a co-parent. It doesn't make you a bad parent. And I don't think people talk about that enough. I feel like we all kind of keep it inside because there is shame and guilt tied to it, and you feel like you're enjoying something that's bad, right? Because divorce inherently is not fun. It's not a good thing. It's not. It can be. It can have a silver lining, but it's not inherently good, right? We all see it as generally bad. No one gets married thinking they're gonna be divorced. At least I don't think so. I hope not. So we don't talk about these things, and I just wanted to like offer up some, you know, like, let's bump fists. Let's talk about these things. Let's acknowledge the elephant in the room that we're all feeling but we don't talk about. Let's talk about it. So if you have similar experiences, or if you have another take on it, if you have something else to say about it, throw a comment. I want to see it. I want this to be a space where we can just talk about these things and know that there's no judgment. Like, from me, there is no judgment of you, regardless of how you feel. I understand we all have different experiences. We all feel differently. So I want to hear about it. And if you thought that this was relatable at all, comment, like, share it with a friend, and then subscribe. I'd love to have you follow along. I'd love to continue having these conversations with people, whether it be about divorce or about life or about parenting or whatever I end up coming up with next. I would love to hear about it. I would love to have you follow along. So